We heard about what happened at Castle Never. The attack. It's good to see you're all right.
To attack Castle Never? The King of Shadows? Garius? Oh, they're getting bold, they are.
So, did you get any gold along with the knighting ceremony? I mean, not that you'd carry it with you, since I already checked your pockets and your bags.
What efforts are being made in the war? Will Nashor commit his forces? And what of Waterdeep and the Lord's Alliance?
Know that word of all of this has traveled before the Kalakcha. Our duty is to carry the battle to the King of Shadows, his servants, and gather others who feel the same.
The claimed lands kill all life that enter it. We wouldn't be able to reach the King of Shadows in time. The movement through the mare is never swift, even in the best of times.
If there's a path at all, we'd still need to know where we were going. And even then, we'd probably die getting there.
I don't think there's an easy path. As much as I hate to say it, I think we should ask Aldenon for advice on this.
Alliances are made to be broken, if agreed to at all. Good luck trying to get anyone to join our side in these times.
Clan Iron Fist will help. They may take some convincing, but they wouldn't back down from a fight if they thought it was just.
The lizard folk should not be ignored. They once made their homes in the mare, and the King of Shadows has driven them out.
The lizards?
Their history with settlements along the mare is bloody, but they are fiercely territorial and are likely to hate the King of Shadows even more.
And we could look at last for the Wendersnaven.
Oh, gods.
No, they're not gods. They're the Wendersnaven. They exist, even if you can't see them with the eye, or touch them. They see all, know all, and have incredible powers. If they are on our side, we have a good chance of winning.
Oh, really? And how do we find something you can't see or touch and most likely exists in your head?
There's 2 sages at Portlast that are said to know something of the Wendersnaven. We could ask them.
Then it seems we have a number of roads open to us, and an army to build.
No, that will not be easy. Every time they are struck down, they reform. The only losses in battle with them will be ours.
There must be a way. Evil always has a weakness. We just have to find it.
Well, that's the trick, isn't it? The thing is, how long do you look and where?
Pardon me, but sometimes these things come to you. I mean, we can't be the only ones the Reavers have threatened or hurt. We already have crossed paths with a bunch of allies and people and sorcerers and sages we never even knew before. And we did much of that through serendipity. So have a little faith. Maybe an answer will come to us.
Know that this may be the best we can hope for. We should search, but the problem of the Reavers may be one that only time can aid us with.
A moment of your time, Captain. Your orders to patrol the surrounding lands has attracted the attention of a former bailiff named Ziffer.
Well met, Captain, well met. Your Kana here is right. I've been looking to start a small village, and what you've done here, well, I think the land will flourish with you in charge. If you ask me, you've got more sense than many a lord, so I.
Ziffer wants us to sign a village charter allowing him to start a community here. You are a knight, and this is your land, so the decision is yours. There are, Captain. Outside the keep's borders, bandits, beasts, and monsters wait. Villages offer tempting targets for some of them, and we'll need to continue our patrols to make sure they remain safe.
We're sort of counting on that, Captain, if things get too rough. Most of us are farmers, although a few of us have some training with weapons and the like. If it gets too rough, they'll move to safer land, even if it's less fertile than the patch we're looking at.
I fear I am not the best equipped to answer that. But
a charter determines what duty is owed by the village folk and what duty is owed by the lord. If you were a lord, duties owed by you is what I mean. Regardless, you get to carry out the lord's tax, and we get your protection. I wouldn't have even come here if you hadn't made clear that you mean to make your lands a better place.
Ziffer's accounting is correct, Captain.
Certainly, Captain, certainly!
Lord Nasher increased the frequency of taxes greatly after the war with Luskan. Also, there are certain provisions that could be added that would result in more revenue for the keep. The main one would be tithing use of the miller's wheel, which is often sought after by landed knights and lords.
Aye, and that he does, but we're just starting. We have no fields plowed and no crops to sell at market.
If we sign this, it will be months before we see tithes from them. They will be larger in sum, however.
I see your point, Captain. People say you are brave. I think they should mention your wisdom more often, too. We'll change to agree to the Lord's tax schedule. But the charter was carefully thought out. Surely you don't mean to change important provisions? Well, I suppose we can change it at that. You are a shrewd one, Captain. I'll concede your terms. Even the Lord's due at the milling wheel. Good. Moving on, then.
The only thing remaining, Captain, is whether you'll sign their charter and allow the village to form on our lands.
No, Captain, there isn't. That's not the way this sort of thing is done. You won't regret this, Captain. If any of your patrols are near the village, they can expect a warm welcome, and you too.
The keep has already come a long way. We need to patrol the land regularly to keep the village secure. Especially right now. Otherwise, they'll leave.